Hi, it's Angie with News OK. I'm here with Sherrel Jones, and we're going to summarize sandwiches.
Oh,
we
yes.
are talking about sandwiches in the summer
that are great for the summer.
Yes.
And you can do these at other times of the year, but the thing I like to do in the summer is not heat up the kitchen. So this is a great way to do that, and you can carry a picnic along with you, which is I think a terrific thing to do.
Exactly.
And then if you have a cutting board like this that you have the bread on, and you just take your cutting board and just cover the whole thing when you're finished.
There you
with
go.
Saran wrap, it's a great sandwich to take.
There you go.
Places. So I like to do that.
Yeah.
Just pull a little out. We don't have to take a whole lot.
Okay.
But it'd be nice to take some just and leave, about a half inch.
Kind of reminds me of, I loved having soup in the bread bowls.
Oh, yes,
love
yes.
that.
That's great. Here, and you can put the excess in here.
There
Boy, won't
we
those
go.
be rich breadcrumbs.
I
This
know.
is a beautiful bread.
Oh, it smells so good.
Anyway,
Sorry.
while you do that, I'm going to make the filling. And I've put in here some sliced peppers, variety peppers. Now, this is not your typical sandwich.
Right.
And this is what I call my fabulous focaccia filling. And you don't have to stick exactly to the recipe. In other words, if I say, oh, half a cup of this or a cup of that, you can...
According to your taste.
Let that flow according to your own taste. And one of the easiest meats to have on hand, you can keep it in the freezer, is ham, of course. So you're going to take some little chunks of ham, and this is the 99% fat-free or 95% fat-free.
Now, do you want me to do the same thing with the bottom?
Yeah, I think you could.
Okay.
And then that would give us a nice surface there.
Oh, it smells so good. I love bread.
Oh, yes. I think this will be good. And I like to use, now you can flavor this, you could go Asian with it by putting in cilantro and the peppers and all of that, and use some sesame oil and rice wine vinegar. We're going to do ours a little sort of Italian. I think everybody loves anything that has a little Italian twist to it. And I had some sliced provolone cheese, and I'm going to just make some little strips off that. You could even do things like add shredded carrots to this. If I was doing an Asian one, I'd probably want to grate some ginger or add some crystallized ginger to it. Just be delicious that way, I think.
I have to be careful with this bread.
Yeah, you don't want to tear all the way through. Don't tear all the way through. Just a little enough to get going. And we're going to have some little strips here of the provolone, and this was sliced already. Now, you could also layer it, but the nice thing about a sandwich like this, if you were going to sit down and make separate sandwiches for 6 or 8 people, that's going to take you a while.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, by the time I do all of that, why, the sun's going to be going down, or it's going to get kind of cool at the lake or the edge of the pool. So you want to think about things that take you less time to prepare. So we've got provolone in here. Because it's Italian, we add a few pine nuts. And then, of course, here's what I love. I like to have pesto in it. So I think I'll get a little separate bowl, and we'll put our pesto in it and some olive oil and vinegar, and we'll put couple of you can buy this already done, another time saver. You may want to do something like buy the olive salad that's used in the muffaletta that already has carrots and kind of a little marinated salad mixture. You could buy your sliced peppers already done. These have been roasted and peeled, and you could use those, another time saver. Or you could use pimentos, just drain the jar of pimentos, which is great.
Just let your imagination run wild.
There's just no end. If you love kind of a salty sandwich, you might want to put capers in it. But we've put the marinated artichokes in ours as well. And so to the pesto, I'm going to add a little olive oil, and then I'm going to add some. This is a golden balsamic vinegar. Kind of stir that around. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Now, I also have some Italian parsley here that I'd like to include. Let's see. Let's just slice some of that off. And I'm going to chunk that up and add, so it has a little bit of fresh.
Oh, that smells good.
Yes, the Italian parsley, I think, which is a flat leaf parsley, you'll find has a little more flavor than the regular kind.
Okay.
Now, I'm not going to put, you could put lettuce on this, but if I was going to eat it right away, I would do that. But if I'm going to wrap it up for a picnic, that's not what I really want to do.
Right.
I think I'd rather have it stay fresher, because once this oil and vinegar hits the lettuce, it's going to start to wilt, and so it'll get soggy. So that's why I don't put that in there. But the parsley has tons of vitamins, riboflavin.
Oh, that's great.
B vitamins, and I'm going to kind of toss this around first. It's got zucchini in it. I love this. And we could put sliced mushrooms in it.
Wow, so yeah.
If you're grilling in the summer, grill some extra big portobellos and slice those and put in there. You could make it without meat and use the portobellos if you like it.
So now you're just going to put that in there.
I'm going to put this dressing on it, and we're going to kind of toss that around. So what I did, I got some of this cream cheese that's whipped, and this has chives and onions in it. And I'm going to spread some of that in the bread. And so you've got this little creamy touch, just a little layer of the creaminess inside of the sandwich. And this is a calorie-reduced version of the cream cheese, and of course whipping it goes further and spreads easier. If you love onions, but yet you don't like in a crowd having the onion breath and everything. This is our thinly sliced red onions that I've marinated in sugar water. You can do that like the day before, and they'll keep for 4 or 5 days in the refrigerator, and they're so great on sandwiches, and you don't have near that flavor. So, you know, that...
so that works out?
Yeah, and you can spread those around. We're kind of doing our sandwich upside down, aren't we?
Yeah,
maybe
this
I
is
should
the
put.
top.
Yeah, that's the lid, isn't it? Let's put this on the bottom. We'll start in with our filling. Yum.
Now this looks like a difficult sandwich to handle.
I'll show you what we're going to do, and this is the cool thing. So.
Now, hopefully, I didn't dig too much out,
so
it'll stay.
You wouldn't have done such a thing.
Oh goodness!
You can't go wrong with it. So.
No, well, good.
And that's why if you assemble it on the same serving board that you're going to serve it on,
that's true.
then you're
good
just
point.
way ahead.
Good point.
And what you want to do is to start bringing Saran wrap over the top, and you take it like this. Don't slice it before you get to the picnic area.
Oh, okay.
And
that is fabulous.
So then maybe we'll just put our onions over here on it, and I forgot to put the artichokes in. We'll put a few of those around. We'll distribute them.
And what's great is, like you said, you can add your own taste to it.
I could see the little children picking out some of these vegetables. They wouldn't want to have them, but the grown-ups will love this one.
Yeah.
You could do a simpler version, you know, on the hoagies for the children. Or you could do a huge long hoagie like this, or anyway. So we're going to take this, put the top back
and never
on.
know what's inside.
Oh no, it's like the secret.
I know.
The secret filling.
Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
For more on Sherrel's column about summarizing sandwiches, just check out the Oklahoman in the food section. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Angie. Happy summarizing.
Let's see it.